Shah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be out here Saturday about 11.
All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar, the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, before I hop into this lesson, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High and the true Paleo-Hebrew names and the Paleo-Hebrew tongue. And with that, I'm going to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amoth. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Harwan. And shalom to you brothers and sisters pushing to keeping this truth and faith and sincerity unto the end, man. Right? And just to clarify, Yahweh being the true name of the Father, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and these other false names. All right, and with that, I'm going to hop right into the scripture. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10 and verse 13. It says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." And I bring that out because in that clip that I put before these scriptures, it's a brother who came up to the camp, once we had wrapped up teaching. He came up inquiring about what we were talking about, what we were doing out there. So a few brothers and myself, just began to relay this truth unto him, the whole shebang. And, when it was all said and done, man, he was reciting the Lord's true names, man. And I only got the end of it on that video, but him saying Yahweh Shai. But, we told him the names and he asked for clarification on how to say them, so the brothers and myself, we told him, we showed him so he can hear it. And then when it was all said and done, man, he was he was reciting those names himself. And before he left, man, he said he prays every night. And when he prays tonight, he's going to pray in those names, Amen. So I just want to do a quick lesson on this because, it says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved," man. Because, if that brother didn't take nothing else away from that encounter except the Lord's true names, he would be in good case, man. Because when all hell break loose in this place, if he don't know nothing else but the Lord's true names, and he calling those names in faith and in sincerity, man, the Lord work wonders for him, man. And the Lord will be begin to deal with him, and again it says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved," man. And he made a comment about how he goes to like a Baptist church or in these things, and how he had like never heard these names or the things he was teaching about in these places and so on and so forth, man. And that's amazing because only the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua can save and preserve, when all hell break loose in this place. Jesus ain't gonna do it. Jehovah, Yeshua, Buddha, Muhammad, whatever, man. Nobody else, no other God, nothing else can save you, man, from the destruction that's about to befall this place, America, man. So the simple fact that brother was able to receive and recite and speak those true names, hey, that's a blessing, man. And, Lord willing, he continues within that, with all right. And in verse 14, it says, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?" Right. And another statement he made is, he done lived and stayed in a few places, and throughout all his life, he has never heard brothers or men talking about what we talking about, man. This truth, man. The Lord's true names, the true doctrine, the prophecies, so on and so forth, man. And in verse 14 it says, "How shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?" Right? And how are they gonna believe on something if they have never heard about it? And how are they gonna hear about it if there's no preachers, there's no teachers teaching it, man? So, man, and this is exactly what we do this work for, man, to wake up that hopeful elect, in the 1/3, those that sincerely have eyes to see and ears to hear, man. We sit here to feed the Lord's sheep, man. Because the ones that got the eyes and ears, man, they hungry out here. They hungry for this truth. They hungry for this knowledge and wisdom. They hungry for these answers. So we gotta do our job and be there to teach them, to preach unto them, so they can hear it, and by them hearing it, believe on it. Lord willing, that this brother is one of those ones that believe, man. In verse 15 it says, "And how shall they preach except they be sent?" Right, man. How they gonna preach the word of the Lord, the Lord's testimony, the will of the Lord if they was not sent by the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And you got prime examples of all these people who claim they claim they know the Lord, claim the Lord put it on them to preach and teach and do all these things, but they ain't preaching according to this word. They ain't not preaching according to the spirit of truth. They're not teaching and preaching that true doctrine, man. AKA these pastors in these churches are these false camps, man. IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, so on and so forth, man. These people were not sent by the Lord, man, because they're not teaching according to the Lord's true word. But hey, man, this is our job. It's our duty, man. The Lord set us up to teach. He sent us to teach, to preach, man, to feed his sheep, to wake up that hope for the elect in the 1/3, those that sincerely have eyes to see and ears to hear, And verse 15 again, it says, "And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things," man. Right? So, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're teaching that we're preaching and teaching the gospel of peace, making peace between the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, peace between our people and the Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That's exactly what this truth is doing, man, is making peace between us and the Father. When you sincerely hearken unto this truth and you move and you walk within it, man, you're making peace between you and the Father, you and the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So he looks upon you in mercy and not looking upon you in judgment, man, because that hopeful elect are going to receive mercy, salvation. But the 2/3, they're going to receive that judgment, right? And Kanye says, "How beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things," man. And those glad tidings of good things is the prophecies, man. All hell breaking loose in this place, America being destroyed, salvation, rulership, so on and so forth, man. All of these things are good in the ears of the hopeful elect in that 1/3, because we want this place to be destroyed. We want these prophecies and things to kick off so we can get up out of here, man. But 2/3 of our people, man, they'll hear the glad tidings of good things and they'll despise this word, man. They don't want to hear famine's coming. They don't want to hear the Lord about to destroy this place. They don't want to hear, these things, man, because they know it is going to cause for self-correction. And 2/3 of our people, man, they set in their ways. It's that old saying, you can't teach a dog a new trick. You know what I'm saying? Man. But this is this truth, man. Is the glad tidings of good things, man. It's truth, the knowledge and wisdom, these prophecies. This word of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Is the glad tidings of good things. So it's a beautiful thing to be doing the work of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Bringing many in unto salvation. Again, Lord willing, I hope that his brother is one who not only is a hearer of the word, but a doer as well. I got a couple more precepts. This next one come out of the book of John, chapter 21 and verse 17. And it says, John chapter 21 and verse 15, it says, "So when they had dined, Yahushua saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs." Right? Verse 16. "He said to me again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto me, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua said unto him, Feed my sheep," man. Right? So that's 3 times, man, that the Lord told Peter to feed his sheep, man. You know, not only that, he asked him did he love him, right? Hey, because if you love the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, man, you gonna feed his sheep, you're gonna do the work. Cause that's literally what we set up to do, man. Feed the sheep, preach this word, teach our people, you know, those that have eyes to hear and eyes to see, Salakia, and ears to hear, you know, which primarily is that hopeful elect and the 1/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, right? But that's our duty, that's our job, you know, you say you love the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, man, feed his sheep, do the work, do his will, man, you know? Because like I said, man, that hopeful elect, you know, and the 1/3, man, that's still out here that haven't been woken up yet, man, they hungry for these answers, you know, they searching for it, you know, and we have it. So what would it be for? They're searching for answers. We have the answers. Why would we not give it? Especially when that's our duty. You know, that's what we set up to do. Man, that brother said, hey, he said, man, y'all made my day, man. This just brightened my whole day. You know, I've never heard this, man. Y'all gave me some true knowledge. You know, that's the spirit he left in, man. On top of saying that he was gonna call on those true names tonight when he prayed. You know, so that's truly a beautiful thing, man. Bringing our people to the knowledge and the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. You know. And then I'm going to end it with this one. This is the book of James, chapter 1, and verse 22. Salaki, it says, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves, man. And I just bring this out because, yeah, you know, that brother, he was hearing us and he said he was going to call on those names, you know, and Lord willing, he does, right? Because it's only for his own betterment, you know, but, it says, but be ye doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving your own selves, man. Because, hey, what 2/3 of our people got to understand is, like, when you hear this word, matter of fact, what the nation of Israel has to understand as a whole, when you know what the hopeful elect or the 2/3, man, when you hear this word, you know, be a doer and not a hearer only, man. Because if you hear it only and then continue about doing whatever you was doing in the world before you heard this truth, man, you know what I'm saying, and you just take it with you, you only deceiving your own self, man. When the destruction happened, when the Lord started parting them skies and the chariot started zapping things, man, what you gonna say in that day? Oh yeah, I remember brothers was telling me about you. You know, you Hawashah, right? You know, like, nah, it don't work like that. You know, you hear it now. You done heard the correction. You done heard so now you have to correct yourself and walk in that correction. It ain't something you could just hear and put in your back pocket and think you good. Nah, because you only would be deceiving your own self, man. Because somebody who hears this word but does not do, you know, ultimately they're gonna be destroyed. Because hearing and doing is becoming that new man, you know, becoming that new man or woman or person within Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, you know. So again, Lord willing, you know, I truly do hope that brother, man, calls and prays on those true names, man. Cause like I said, man, cool spirit, cool brother. And if not, hey, is all according to the will of the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. Still do the work, whether they hear or forbear. You know. But man, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.